So as you can see, we've taken to the North Coast Limited name. Let's say we borrowed it from the Northern Pacific, but Division 4 also has always called itself the North Coast Division, and Cleveland used to market itself as the North Coast of America. So it seemed to fit, and a few tweaks to the old Northern Pacific, North Coast Limited logo, and voila, that's what we've got. So let me get into the details. It's May 16th to the 19th of next year. That's Thursday through Sunday. And the location is the Crown Plaza Airport Hotel. It's actually in Middleburg Heights or Berea. I don't know exactly where they draw that line, but if you come up for our show in October for the Great Berea Train Show at the fairgrounds, you drive right past it. It's the first intersection when you get off of I-71 and at Bagley Road. So it's very conveniently located. We think it's going to be a great location. As you can see, general map, you can see the pin drop there in the middle. That's the location for the hotel. And so it's right off of I-71. For anybody coming up from the Columbus Division 6 area, it should be just an easy drive up I-71. And in a couple hours, you'll be there, depending on where you're starting at. But it's right off the highway. It's also very easy access for everybody else within the region. Coming up from Kentucky, West Virginia, the Cincinnati guys, Dayton guys. It's an easy hop off the turnpike for anybody coming in from Pennsylvania and those points east or down I-90 to get here from the Erie, Pennsylvania area. So almost all the highways lead right to where we're going to be at there in Middleburg Heights. Another nice part about the location is there's lots of options for places to go to eat, anywhere from fast food to very nice restaurants in and around the area. Breakfast, Bob Evans, Denny's, you name it. It's either just a very short drive or in some cases, maybe walking distance to get there. So lots of options to eat. There is a restaurant in the hotel. It's open for breakfast and for dinner. But if it's beyond your price point, let's say for where you want to pay, there's a lot of options in and around the area. So a few things about the airport hotel. As I said, right off of I-71 and Bagley Road. You get off, you're probably 2 minutes to get there. The rate for the convention is $109 a night plus taxes. So it's a very good rate for a nice hotel. Plenty of free parking on site. You don't have to worry about paying to park or in and out privileges like you would at a downtown hotel. As I said, lots of dining options. We've reserved 4 clinic rooms and 3 sections of the ballroom. We'll use the ballroom for the contest or celebration of modeling, the yard sale, and another section for vendor displays and layouts. So most of the typical regional, even national convention stuff, operating sessions, we'll have those starting on Thursday evening. Layout tours are being planned right now with dates and times, but you can see some really throughout the whole time. And we'll have a number who want to be open on Sunday so that if you have a little extra time before you head home, you can see a couple of the layouts. Clinics, as I said, we've got 4 clinic rooms set up, one of which is classroom style. If you're interested in being a presenter or giving a clinic, please contact me. We'll talk about that a little later. A couple of prototype activities, general interest activities, lots to do in Northeast Ohio in the Cleveland area. Yard sale or white elephant sale. Start going through your excess inventory that you have right now and get things ready. Make room for what you're going to get at Christmas. The contest. So a couple layouts to feature just in the presentation. I think we're up to about 15 or 16 layouts open for tours. Brian Banley does Ontario Central, kind of an expert on Canadian railroading and modeling in that area. Beautiful layout. His layout's going to be featured in the May 2024 issue of Railroad Model Craftsman. So not only could you get and take a look at the pictures in the article in the magazine, you can go and take a look at the actual layout in person. He's had a crew working on his layout for a number of years and making great progress. I haven't seen it in a long time, but it almost literally goes with track from floor to ceiling. Another is the Cauga Valley and West Shore Club, which is only about 10 minutes away tops from the hotel. They're located in an old depot right next to the Norfolk Southern double track main line. They use the caboose that they have on property as their dispatching center, but they have a large HO layout, a small N scale layout, and an O scale 3-rail layout all in the depot. So you can go run some trains. I think they're going to also be open for op sessions as well as layout tours, and actually do some rail fanning as you sit outside and relax. Nice layout, very nice, very nicely done, double deck HL layout. Ron Morgan's going to have his layout open in his home. It pretty much is all the basement there, as you can see. Double deck, Union Pacific, very nice, very complete, a little more modern era layout. Clinics, we'll have a full schedule of clinics going Thursday evening, starting Thursday afternoon, Friday, Saturday, with some hands-on demonstration clinics that you can enroll in. Modeling with the masters, we're working on a couple of those with Fred and Sam. A few prototype modeling clinics. Right now, I'm working as the clinic coordinator also. So again, as I said, if you're interested in giving a clinic and being a presenter, my contact email is there on the screen, and just drop me an email and we'll get you added to the list. Prototype activities, right now we're working with the Midwest Railway Preservation Society. It's in the former B&O Roundhouse down on West 4th Street. It's an active repair and restoration facility. It's down in the flats area where the steel mills are. And then we're working on some things with Cauga Valley Scenic Railway. If you've never ridden it, it's a great train to ride running through the Cauga Valley National Park. Hopefully by convention time, they will have finished, the park will have finished on some of the erosion work that they're doing on shoring up the river sides, because it's running close to the roadbed that they haven't been able to run the full length from just south of downtown Cleveland all the way down to Akron and back. But it's still a beautiful ride through the national park. We're also working on a local trolley museum, some of the live steam club in the area on being open and having some activities for you to do. Lots to do in downtown in Cleveland and Northeast Ohio. Terminal Tower Observation Deck. You can get your tickets, as I've said to the others that I've given the presentation to. Everything's going to be on a self-guided tour basis. We're not looking to do charter buses. The cost of doing a charter bus for a convention is just beyond the price point I think most people would pay. I don't know, some of you may know David James. David owns a charter bus company. So we've got a member who's very, very familiar with it. He's in the business. And just to cover the cost of the bus itself, you'd be at about $60 a ticket just to cover the cost, where everybody who comes to a regional convention is going to drive there. There's going to be nobody coming from the Division 6 that doesn't arrive by car. Whether you drive yourself or you're carpooling with somebody else, you're going to get there and be in a car. And so you can drive yourself to these destinations. We're just going to provide you the information that these things are available for you to pick and do at your own schedule, versus we've scheduled the tour at 10 o'clock on Friday morning, and maybe there are clinics that you wanted to go to or layouts that you wanted to go visit. This way you can do it on your own time. You can buy your ticket to the Terminal Tower Observation Deck, drive about 5 minutes to the RTA stop by the airport, and take the RTA right down to Terminal Tower. Pick your time that you want to go, take the train, take the RTA down. It parallels the NS main going into downtown Cleveland, and you have your more flexibility in doing it. West Side Market is not too far away, even from downtown there, but it's right off the Red Line also. And it's the, I don't want to say farmers market, but it's the produce market and food market that's been around for over 100 years, just off onto the west side of Cleveland. Cleveland Museum of Art is a little further away on the east side, University Circle area. But what most people don't realize is it's free. The art museum is free to the public. There's no admission to the general museum. If you wanted to go to a special exhibit, there may be a charge, but it's free to go to the Museum of Art. So we'll give you the address. You can put it in your GPS, and you or your spouse could go down and enjoy an afternoon at the art museum, which is one of the top rated art museums in the country. Of course, there's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame right downtown Cleveland, right on the lakefront. And right next to it is the Science Museum. And one of the things on display in the science, as part of the Science Center, is the Mather ore boat, one of the Great Lakes ore boats that Cleveland Cliffs used for many years. And you can buy a ticket and do a tour on the ore boat. It is very interesting to go through and see what life was like as they moved around the Great Lakes on an ore boat. The Station Restaurant in Berea is only 5 minutes away. One of the top rail fanning hotspots in Ohio, where the Norfolk Southern and CSX lines kind of come together there at BE Tower. And you can go and enjoy lunch there, or just park in the parking lot and do a little rail fanning. I used to go there at lunch because I used to work at the IX Center, and had plenty of time, grab a quick bite and watch trains for 30 minutes. And even in a 30-minute time, you might catch 2 or 3 going by. So merchandise, they've noticed I've got my convention shirt on. You'll be able to get a choice of styles of shirts, colors. So a polo shirt, a button down, dress shirt, long sleeve or short sleeve, or a sweatshirt, red, black, green. But you can pick your style. For the ladies, we have lady shirts available, but everything's going to be on a pre-sale basis. We will not have shirts in an inventory for people to buy at the convention. So I encourage you to order your shirts in advance if you want one. We'll also do convention cars. This is a 40-foot AccuRail box car that we'll have for our divisions, Cleveland, Sandusky, and Southern. And then if you're a little more modern, want something different, it's a 3-bay covered hopper. Again, an AccuRail kit. And these are going to be on a pre-sale basis. We may have a few in inventory, but we're not going to just order and have a bunch that we then end up trying to sell for the next couple of years. Nobody wants to tie up division capital that way. So registration is open right now. Early registration goes through the end of the year at $90. For regular registration or spouse or family is an additional $25. You can go to our website, which is North Coast Limited 2024.org to register. And when you go and click on the registration page, it'll take you to an outside third-party vendor that we're using for registration. And you'll fill in everything, name, address, all that information. And they'll take the payment and process your credit card payment that way. It's safe, it's secure. Nobody here is getting your information and being able to do anything with it. It adds you to the database of people who have registered, and we have the ability then through the system to send out updates and emails to everybody about items that have been added. We're working on getting the banquet squared away. We'll add and send out a blast to everybody who's registered when we open registrations for operating sessions. When clinics get released closer to the date of the convention, those schedules will not only go up on our website, but we'll let everybody know through that email blast that they're available. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer any questions people might have.
There's one question, Jerry, from me. Somebody asked if the room cost was dual occupancy.
Pardon me?
If the hotel rooms were dual occupancy.
No, it's 109 a night, regardless of whether that's one person or two.
Thank you. Any other questions in the room?
And they're mostly double, 2-bed, 2 queens, I think. When we last met with the hotel, she was like, "We've got people booking queens." I'm like, "That's fine." But did 2 rooms in case, 2 guys want to come up and they share a room, then you're not looking at 1 queen bed as the only option. But again, registration, the early rate is through the end of the year. That's the reason I wanted to do this today instead of trying to push it to January and give everybody that option to get registered before the end of the year.
Good call. Any other questions? Excellent.
Thanks again, guys. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Jerry. Thank you.
Thanks. All right, back to our own selves.